The next step after the Vril flying saucers was the Haunebu series of craft. By 1939 the SS had produced the RFC-5, which it called the Haunebu 1. In August 1939, the machine made its maiden flight, and proved its viability. The early Haunebu 1 craft, of which 2 prototypes were constructed, were 25 meters in diameter, had a crew of 8, and could achieve the incredible initial velocity of 4,800 kilometers, but at low altitude. Further enhancement enabled the machine to reach 17,000 kilometers. Flight endurance was 18 hours. To resist the incredible temperatures of these velocities, a special armor called Victolan was pioneered, specifically for both the Haunebu and Vril series of disc craft. The Haunebu 1 had a double hull of Victolan. The early models also attempted to test out a rather large experimental gun installation, the twin 60mm KSK strong ray cannon. It has been suggested that the ray from this weapon made it a laser, but it was not. It could transmit a powerful energy burst suitable to pierce up to 4 in of enemy armor. When a Vril 7 was shot down by the Russians, in 1945 a similar underbelly-mounted KSK gun was destroyed, with debris recovered from the battle site. The heavy gun installation, however, badly destabilized the disc, and in subsequent Haunebu models lighter MG and MK cannon was supposedly installed. The Haunebu 1 first flew in 1939 and both prototypes made 52 test flights. In 1942, the enlarged Haunebu 2, which was 26 meters diameter, was ready for flight testing. This disc had a crew of 9, and could also achieve supersonic flight of 6,000 to 21,000 kilometers with a flight endurance of 55 hours. Both it and the further developed 32-meter diameter Haunebu 2 had heat shielding of 2 hulls of Victolan. The craft were constructed and tested between 1943 to 44. The craft made 106 test flights. By the end of 1940, the Haunebu 2 had entered service as a reconnaissance aircraft, and there is certainly photographic evidence to support this. For example, one was caught on camera near Antarctica in 1940. The design of the Haunebu 2 should be noted for future reference. Whatever their exact nature, it appears confirmed that a range of alternative designed aircraft were by now on the drawing board, or hovering above the ground. Some of these designs proved worked, and successes were being reported. On 17 April 1945, by 1944, the perfected war model, the Haunebu 3, was tested. 2 prototypes were built. These massive machines, several stories tall, were crewed by 20 men. They were also capable of hypersonic speed beyond 21,000 kilometers. The SS had intended further plans for a 120-meter diameter Haunebu 4 were in the works, but no such craft is known to have been constructed before the end of the war. However, these new technologies were coming online too late, for the war was already being lost and won. Within months the Allies and Russians had poured into Central Europe. Hitler was thought dead and the war apparently over, and as soon as the war was over, ghost rockets started appearing over Scandinavia, and within 2 years flying saucers were being reported wholesale over mainland United States. It was no coincidence